Hello class, Professor Quigley here, and I want to make a super awesome video. Alright, it's probably not going to be super awesome compared to all the other stuff you find on YouTube, but in this video I promise you I'm going to help you understand the difference between pseudocode and real code. All right, well on the screen here, I went ahead and actually built our area square foot room calculator program in C#. So what's cool about this, and I'm going to do this throughout the whole course. There's going to be many times where I'm going to create videos and I'm going to show you how to use Visual Studio. So for those of you who are really truly hoping to make a ton of money working as a computer programmer, developer, or software engineer, please pay attention to these videos because I'm going to give you some insights into how you could actually start putting stuff on your resume and building some of this stuff with us throughout the class. But for now, take a look at this program. Do you understand it? I'm willing to bet that if you have no experience in programming, you're going to get a little confused here. What is convert dot to int 32 parentheses console period read line open parentheses close parentheses semicolon? Why do I need all that? That is very confusing. I promise you it gets easier. However, you have to get through this class first. And so in this class, we're not focusing on all the different syntax and all the different rules of a language. In our class, we're going to use pseudocode. And so over here, just like I said, we're going to get the length, we're going to get the width, we're going to do the area equals length times width, and then we're going to output the area. Over here, I do exactly that. And so I'm going to go ahead and run this application so you can see how this works. This says, what is the length of the room? And so I'm going to type in 10. And then I hit enter. What is the width of the room? I'm going to say 2. It's a real skinny room, but it's just an example. Probably couldn't really stand in it. All right, so the area of the room is 20. So we did exactly what we flowcharted out. We did exactly what we identified as inputs, processes, and outputs. Here, we inputted the length, we inputted the width. Now behind the scenes, that magic process we built did the length times the width, and then we outputted the area of the room. So if I stop this application, you could follow along and you could kind of figure it out. The more you study and the more you follow along in zyBooks, you will be able to start reading code. However, it is much easier if you look at pseudocode. So if I were to take this and open these side by side, you can see here that over here is where I declare my variables. Over here is where in pseudocode, which is nothing more than your program converted into English using words that everybody can understand. So over here I declare my variables, and that's exactly what I'm doing here. Integer length, integer width, integer area. Now, in week 2, you're going to understand why you have to write integer in front of the variable name. You're going to learn and you're going to discuss why data types are important. But for now, know that this is at least easier to read than this. For example, like what do I need a semicolon for? Next, over here we get the length. So right here we just say length equals get next input. So on the screen, when it asked me what was the length of the room and I typed in a value, that's what's happening in zyBooks when you say length equals get next input. Get next input is literally zyBooks saying, hey, whatever the user types into the screen, type it into or store it in the length field. So now if you keep going over here, you'll see that I do the same thing for the width. I do the area. Here's that process. But if you look at it over in pseudocode, it's kind of the same thing because this is a real basic application. But console.writeLine, what the heck does that mean? I'm going to tell you right now, in Java, you're going to write print line. If you're in Python, it's going to be even easier, and you're just going to write print. Regardless of what language you're writing it in, pseudocode is nothing more than written instructions written out that are a little easier to understand. So, having said that, I hope this video has helped you kind of understand the difference between pseudocode and actual code. I will be giving you real code and examples because I think it's easier for me to help explain the concept using Visual Studio. But as you progress in zyBooks, just know zyBooks is using nothing but pseudocode. It's not a real language. However, the goal is that you should be able to read it and you should be able to follow along and not have to worry about all the different syntax and rules of the language. So if this video has helped you out, let me know. I appreciate it. Take care.